Good day, dragons. I'm going to be reading you a story called From Sea to Salt. This is a non-fiction text, which means it's truth, it's factual information, and it's how you go from the ocean, seawater, to salt. Here we go. This is by Lisa Owings. Oh boy, so here we have a really good table of contents. And if you want to know something specific about this process, then you can look it up here in the table of contents. All right, let's begin. I love salty snacks. How is salt made? I love salty snacks too, probably more than sweet. Salt comes from the ocean. Salt comes from the sea. Most salt on Earth comes from the sea. In some places by the sea, the sun almost always shines. The wind blows gently and rain rarely falls. These are perfect places for harvesting salt. Oh boy, I think we all wish we were there right now. Look at that beautiful picture right there. First, workers pump seawater into ponds. Workers pump seawater into shallow ponds. As the sun beats down, some of the water evaporates. The remaining water gets saltier and saltier. The water becomes saturated when it can hold no more salt. Let's see, starts to solidify here. Salt crystals form as the water dries. So here are our headings here. The saturated salt water is moved to other ponds. There, more of the water evaporates, and this time it leaves salt crystals behind. The evaporation process often takes years. Look at that. Look at all the salt down at the bottom. That's a lot of water that has to be evaporated into the sky. Oh boy, look at this. Next, workers harvest the salt. So here's the next thing that happens. Workers wait until there is a thick layer of salt crystals. Then they harvest the salt. In some countries, workers rake the salt into piles. In others, trucks scoop up the salt. And this is salt, this edible salt that we use all the time as flavoring. French fries. Look at all that salt. Trucks take the salt to a factory. Trucks carry loads of salt to a factory. The factory makes the salt pure and turns it into a variety of useful products. Look at all that. Whoa, that's a lot of salt. Then the salt is washed and dried. Machines at the factory wash the salt to clean it. They use salt water to wash the salt because the salt would dissolve in fresh water. Then other machines dry the salt with hot air. How interesting. Look at that big vat of salt. Next, the salt is sorted. Machines or workers move the clean salt over a series of screens. Each screen allows only certain sizes of crystals to pass through. The screens sort the salt into large, medium, and small crystals. Each has a different use. Machines package the salt. So here's the next process. Only the purest salt is used to flavor food. Machines pack this salt into containers. Then workers ship the salt to stores. This is actually a very famous one. You see that at the grocery store. I think he's got a mask on. Finally, the salt is ready for your table. People have enjoyed salt for thousands of years. Grind, shake, or sprinkle a little on your next meal. Bon appetit! Amazing. And then here's our glossary again with names that can, words that are defined. And then some further information if you want to do more research on this subject. And there you have it. From sea to salt. Thanks for joining me.